All right, so for the balance sheet, since we're going to be kind of going back and forth with respect to the pro forma income statement, what I'm going to do next is, as I've already done here, I've done a view, new window, and then I've arranged all by vertical. So after doing that, to make things a little bit easier, in one of the windows, I'll pilot from the right. I'm going to go to the balance sheet. I'm going to right click, move or copy. We're going to create a copy and put it at the end. And this is going to be our pro forma balance sheet. So now how we're going to, this first part of the video, we're going to talk about forecasting assets. So similar to what we did earlier, we're going to insert a row B. And this is going to be 2021. I'm going to take, since we're just talking about assets for now, I'm just going to take this top part and copy those formulas over, and we'll now edit appropriately. So, first with cash, since that's very hard to budget, as we talked about in other videos, we're just going to let that equal cell B5. So I'll change that formula here to just be equal to C5, what it was in 2020. With respect to accounts receivable and inventory, we're going to use the average function with respect to those tend to go with sales. So we're going to base that off of the sales forecast from 2021 income statement. So this formula will then be equal to the average of C6 divided by the pro forma income statement sales in C5, and we're going to anchor just the number, and then comma. We'll do the same thing for what was going on in 2019. So that'll be D6 divided by the sales in D5 there, and anchor that with respect to just the number. And that will then be multiplied by the pro forma income statement 2021 B5. This will be anchored fully for the sales. So you should see 441.51 for the forecasted accounts receivable. We'll now copy that formula for inventory. And you should see 914.9. Total current assets automatically happens. Next, we'll talk about the gross plant and equipment. So with respect to this, we noted that we made new investments of $50,000 in 2021. So what we're going to do in cell A28, kind of as a note, we're going to enter net addition to plant and equipment. And then in cell B28, that'll be 50,000. So then coming back up to the top, the plant and equipment will be equal to C9, what it was previously, plus our new assumption of B28 for net addition to plant and equipment. So you should see now that that total is 577.00. Next, we're going to make some assumptions with regards to depreciation. So going back to what will be our notes section here in A29, we're going to enter life of new equipment in years. This is going to be 10. In A30, we'll do new depreciation. We're going to assume straight line. So now then in cell B30, we'll use the SLN formula to calculate that. So the cost is B28. We're going to assume zero salvage. This is going to last for 10 years. So that gets us the 5,000 that we assumed earlier. So now in B20. So we'll actually go back to the pro forma income statement real quick. And where we had put in that 5,000 earlier, we'll now reference that here. So this will now be equal to this 5,000. And then going back to the pro forma sheet, this will now be, in terms of your depreciation, that will be equal to what it was previously in C10 plus the now B30. So you should see now a result of 171.2. Correcting the formula, my apologies. So this is actually equal to what it was before, plus going back to the pro forma income statement, we have a depreciation expense. So I'll add that, and that's 191.2. So 191.2 is accumulated depreciation, net fixed assets is 385.8, and total assets is 1797.2. In the next video, we'll talk about how we forecast liabilities.